On this edition of CAPS 13 News, the 2018 fall semester is half over, the number of students enrolled and what they need to know for the spring semester. Plus, it's starting to feel like fall. One organization helps keep area residents warm. And the city of Pittsburgh looks to the future at the annual Economic Outlook Conference. All that and more coming up on CAPS 13 News.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of CAPS 13 News. I'm Guilherme Hansen.
And I'm Lance Benning. Pittsburg State University plans for dorm room inspections after reports of possible mold. Earlier this week, 2 freshmen discovered what they suspected was mold in their room in Nation Hall and reported it to University Housing. The students were removed while the rooms and AC units were thoroughly cleaned. PSU has addressed the issue and is taking steps to lessen the chances it will happen again. Vice President for Student Life Steve Irwin says, quote, "We take the health, wellness, and safety of our students very seriously," end quote. He also says the halls were remodeled with new windows that allow very little airflow from outside, ventless doors to comply with fire code, and a renovated circulated cold water cooling system. Residents and housing staff will receive more education on prevention and reporting, along with keeping rooms at a temperature that is not conducive for mold or mildew formation. Dorm inspections will be scheduled on Monday for every room in Nation and Dillinger Halls. Those will be conducted Tuesday through Friday. Students are encouraged to report any potential mold to University Housing. Fall semester of 2018 is only halfway. Are you enjoying the semester?
The Registrar's Office is starting early enrollment for spring 2019 and some important dates are coming up. Hygiene O has more.
PSU's fall semester 2018 has passed almost 2 months. Debbie Grieve, the PSU registrar, has data on the number of enrollment and dropout of this semester.
For the fall 2018, we have had a total of over 7,208 students at one point had enrolled. In fact, 581 students had been enrolled and have since dropped.
Also, there were various reasons for dropout.
Sometimes that's because their advisor enrolled them and the student didn't realize that they were even enrolled until we started asking them about paying tuition. Some of them had to drop because their finances were not available to them, so they had to withdraw because they couldn't pay for the term, or possibly they've made a decision to transfer somewhere else that offers the major that they were originally seeking.
The final day for drop a single course is November 5th, with a grade of W on a transcript. Students must withdraw from all courses for the fall semester from November 6th. With that, early enrollment for spring 2019 starts at noon on November 4th. Debbie Grieve also told how to prepare for the enrollment.
Students need to make certain that if they have any transfer credit, if they went someplace else last summer and took a few classes, or if they're brand new to us and have transfer hours, that they have an official transcript sent so we can put those hours on their PSU transcript. That will allow them to enroll earlier because it's based on the number of hours completed, not your current coursework, but all the hours completed on your transcript. You also should go ahead and be looking at the class schedule, and they need to check and make certain that they don't have any holds on their record because that will stop them from enrolling, so they need to take care of that between now and their enrollment day. And every student go in and look at their demographics, things like their mailing address, their phone numbers, their emergency contact information, and make sure that it's current.
For more information about early enrollment for spring 2019, visit PSU Registrar's website. For CAPS 13 News, I'm Hyejin Oh.
If you have any questions about enrollment, you can send an email to register@pittstate.edu or call 620-235-4200 or visit Registrar's office in 103 Russell.
The Pittsburgh area is covered in crimson and gold in honor of homecoming. Events going underway with the Gorilla Games at the University Lake. Student organizations created a 2-person raft for a race across the water. Events like these are put on by the Homecoming Committee, which is open to any PSU student. Committee chairs and members have a unique opportunity of planning new and traditional PSU homecoming activities. According to the president, they spend a long time getting everything ready. Yell Like Hell takes place on Thursday night, along with announcing the homecoming court. On Friday, Taste of Pittsburgh starts at 6 p.m. at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts. And the homecoming parade starts on Saturday at 9 a.m. in downtown Pittsburgh.
It's that time of year again. The leaves are changing, the temperature is dropping, and the Center for Economic Development and Business Research is here in Pittsburgh.
That's right, Pittsburgh's annual Regional Economic Outlook Conference was held on Tuesday at the Memorial Auditorium in downtown Pittsburgh. CAPS 13 Cody Renfro has more on the conference and its impact on the business community.
Information is very valuable, and so to bring in experts on where exactly they see our economies headed over the next year, that's what we'll be talking a lot about at the Economic Outlook Conference.
The event brings in members of the community from all different occupations to learn about the economy, employment rates, and many other important economic topics. Susie Boldrini, owner of Broadway Lumber, attends this conference to gain insight and ideas on further improving her business.
It provides us with information that we can take back and put into effect immediately. I've read about all the information. We get the pamphlets that the Chamber puts out about Kansas and about Pittsburgh and the comparison and the contrast, and it helps us set our goals with what we would like to do in the upcoming year.
Boldrini's establishment has been in her family for generations, and she plans on keeping it that way by attending events such as this conference to help further the growth and development of her enterprise.
They like the hope and the positive outlook that Pittsburgh had at that time and chose to stay here and build their company and raise their family. Now we're on the next generation.
This conference is not just geared towards business owners, however. Students are encouraged to attend as the community of Pittsburgh looks to them as the future of entrepreneurship here in southeast Kansas.
I want us to have the kind of community that any student that graduates from Pittsburg State University, if they want to remain here, that we've got the kind of job they want, we've got the kind of home that they want, and we've got the kind of amenities that they want.
For CAPS 13 News, I'm Cody Renfro.
For more information on Kansas economic outlooks and other topics, visit cedbr.org.
With cooler temps rolling in, many services in the community look to help others in their time of need if they're struggling to pay for basic necessities. The Salvation Army is one that provides several services to the Pittsburgh area. While most well known for its thrift store, in the wintertime they have a Coats for Folks program. This is a coat closet for anyone in need that also provides blankets to people who are homeless. Along with Coats for Folks, they have their commodity service that gives approved applicants food once a month. To be able to give so much to those in need, the Salvation Army has some well-known fundraising of their own.
And Christmas is a big time for us because that's our biggest fundraiser, which is our Christmas Kettle campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And so this year we're trying something new. We're trying to have different businesses and corporations sponsor kettles to raise some money that way. And of course, we need many volunteers to help us ring the bells. Our Christmas kettle goal is $50,000 is what we're trying to raise. We have 7 kettle sites. So that's about $7,000 each site.
If you're interested in need of their services or would like to help, you can visit www.centralusa.salvationarmy.org. A reminder that the cold weather rule goes into effect in less than 2 weeks to ensure you can keep your electric, gas, and water services on during the winter. Here's what you need to know. According to the Kansas Corporation Commission, if you can't pay your entire bill, call your utility company to make pay arrangements. A utility company can't disconnect you when the temperature is forecast to drop below 35 degrees or be in the mid to low 30s over the next 24 hours, except in certain circumstances. Although they may start the final notification and disconnection process if there is a 48-hour forecast of temperatures above 35 degrees. If you have any questions, contact your local utility company or call the KCC at 1-800-662-0027.
Coming up on CAPS 13, it's annual fall activity for area residents, how local pumpkin patches are staying busy.
The PSU's theater first performance kicks off. Behind the scenes look. We'll be right back.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
I'm always the first one up. I'm always up for a challenge. I'll overcome any obstacle. I don't believe in limits. I refuse to be average.
Slow down. Check your surroundings, put down your phone, and be sure to use caution when using the crosswalk. 5,000 people are killed every year on the road, and someone is getting injured every 7 minutes. Drivers are just as much at fault when it comes to accidents. Be alert at intersections, and keep your foot on the brake in busy public places. Don't let your community be a part of the rising statistics.
PSU's theater department is performing its first show of the school year this weekend.
Erin Kapaska has more.
The Pittsburg State University Theater Department is putting on a cabaret this weekend at the Bicknell Center for the Performing Arts.
So cabaret is about a nightclub in Germany in 1929. It centers around the people that work there and the kind of shenanigans that they get into. It's a really poignant play if you really look for the deeper meanings. It deals a lot with politics and activism and basically what we have to do as citizens of a country to help that country grow.
The cast and crew have been working hard preparing for opening night for the past 6 weeks, and the time has finally come. The show will run October 18th through the 21st, with a 7:30 p.m. showing on Thursday through Saturday and a 2 p.m. matinee on Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to check out the cabaret.
Blue Chips is a student organization that wants to promote leadership and entrepreneurship among its members. As an organization, they strive for members to become active in community service. They will be hosting a few events in the coming months, such as the 3rd annual Duck and Dodgeball Hunger Classic on November 17th. The proceeds of this event will be used to help provide food in the Crawford County area. They will also be hosting a spelling bee to benefit the George Nettles Elementary's Autism Classroom in Pittsburgh. Blue Chips President Eric McClendon shares her goals for the group.
We really believe that wherever you go, no matter how long you stay, you should always leave the community better than when you got there. And typically in college communities, you have a bunch of students come in and they take what they need and then they leave. And so our major goal is just to give back to the community around us.
It is open to all majors, but there is a GPA requirement of 2.5 or higher. If you're interested in joining, contact Blue Chips through Gorilla Engage to set up an interview.
It's spooky season again, and many people across America look forward to celebrating this time of year. One of the nation's favorite fall weather activities is visiting pumpkin patches, and here in Pittsburgh, it is no different. An attraction that brings people of all ages, from kindergartners to grandmas and grandpas, pumpkin patches have become an October tradition for many. Here in Pittsburgh, the sites attract not only residents of the area, but visitors from surrounding states as well. Though the pumpkins are the stars of the show, visitors can also enjoy spooky hayback rides, corn mazes, corn pits, inflatable games, pet farm animals, and more. Wood's Pumpkin Patch in Pittsburgh opens on the weekends and receives 500 to 600 people a day, as well as 1,800 school kids a year on special tours. Laura Wood is one of the owners of the patch and explains why she believes people come to visit their property.
Is the fall weather. Everybody's been so busy in the summertime, vacationing, kids off from school, sporting activities. And when the cooler temperatures happen in football, I think people just think pumpkin patches.
The pumpkin patches in Pittsburgh are open during the weekends until the end of October. Turning now to weather, it felt more like winter earlier this week.
But it looks like fall will come back around. Wei-Ching Lee will have the forecast after the break.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service, it's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
30 seconds. Gosh dang it, Trevor.
Girl, your outfit is so on fleek. OMG, thanks, girlfriend. I love your outfit too.
20 seconds.
It's fleek, not fleet. Get it right.
No, it's fleet. I'll Google it.
There's only one man whose outfit is on fleek.
Dope.
Lit. I'm shook.
10 seconds.
Are you guys ever gonna take this job seriously?
We'll show
ya.
Hello everyone, I'm Wei-Ching Lee. Our game day forecast on Saturday morning is 55 degrees by game time. It will be windy, so remember to have some clothes with you. As we look at the next days, there are chances of rain, so don't leave your home without your umbrella. Saturday and Sunday, it will be sunny day with a high of 65 degrees and low of 33 degrees. Monday we will see some clouds with temperature at 61 degrees. On Tuesday and Wednesday will be another sunny day. The temperatures will be at 65 degrees. Turning now to sport, Avi Sharma Driner.
Black smoke pouring out of
The Gorillas look to take on two of the toughest teams in the MIAA. We'll see where they rank. Plus, a look at this week's homecoming game. We'll be right back.
black smoke pouring out of tailpipe down a dirt road. Barbed wire fence posts and blue skies forever. White frame farmhouse with a front porch view. They say some souls were just born to run. And I grew up thinking I was wrong. But I'm drawn to Kansas, where I come from. Like a sunflower follows the sun.
No! Dude, bro, why'd you do that?
Americans watch on average 5 hours of television per day.
And you're one of them! So?
That's weird, man. Dude, bro, let's play some Pong.
Why would I play Pong if I could just watch it on television?
We could play without the ball instead.
Oh yeah, that's right!
The skills you can develop in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your interests in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Gain practical experience with emerging technology and equipment that you can transfer to an exciting new field. Get a head start on your career while serving part-time and earning money to pay for college. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
So you good, man? Yeah, I'm good. All right, this is all you. Tune into Caps 13. There is literally something for everyone to watch. TV, movies, sports, news. It's all guerrilla-made content. The students have spent hundreds of hours preparing it just for you. The least you can do is tune into channel 13 on your TVs. Caps 13. That's all I want to say, I think.
Sounds good, man.
That sound good?
Yep, I like that. That was
The past couple weeks have not been friendly to the Gorillas in sports. In football, it was back-to-back weeks against two of the toughest teams in the MIAA. After getting blown out against Northwest Missouri at home, the Gorillas tried bouncing back on the road against Fort Hays. Let's get started with the very first play for the offense for the Tigers. After a PSU punt, Hayes started at the 25-yard line, and Jacob Mazzara completes a pass to Harley Hazlitt, and watch him do the rest as he's gone for 75 yards. PSU started their drive at the 2-yard line. Kean Schernick gets the snap and fumbles and is tackled for a safety. Pitt State already facing a 9-0 deficit early in the first quarter. They were able to figure it out on their next possession where they had an 11-play drive for 92 yards, and it ended with a John Roderick touchdown pass for 25 yards to the sophomore receiver in Brenner Clemens. That cut the lead to 9-7. PSU then got the lead after this 20-yard touchdown run by Tyler Atkins. After that touchdown, it got ugly quick for PSU. Hayes scored 31 unanswered points, one of which was a 59-yard touchdown pass to Matt Wendelberger from Mazzara, who had 3 in total in the game. Finally, with 7 minutes left, Pitt State scored in the fourth quarter where Lorenzo West caught a 15-yard pass from Roderick. The Tigers last scored with the pick 6 by Jibawu Doyen, intercepts 22 yards for Roderick back the other way. The final score ended up being Fort Hays 50, Pittsburg State 21. Now, looking after that game, let's take a look at the MIAA standings in football. After their 2-game losing streak in a critical time of the year, the Gorillas are now third, trailing Northwest Missouri and Fort Hays. For the rest of the teams, the playoffs don't look too promising, but they would be playing the spoiler role to make sure no one else in the MIAA can make it. Here we will now look at some important games around the MIAA in football and volleyball last weekend. As we just mentioned, Pittsburg State fell 21-50 to Fort Hays, and then a nail-biter as Central Oklahoma got the win on the road against Missouri Western. Emporia State handled business as they beat Central Missouri 41-23, and finally, Northwest Missouri figuring things out at the right time with the win 23-17. In volleyball, 3 teams last week won all of their matches, with Washburn and Central Missouri splitting theirs. At the bottom is the Gorillas, who continue to struggle. Speaking of the Gorillas in volleyball, they have not won a game since September against Emporia State. That's 4 straight matches they have lost. They're looking to turn things around as they are home against Central Missouri and then on the road against the Broncos in Central Oklahoma. The Jennies won the first set 25-18, but PSU didn't give up, where they won the second set 25-22. Then the dominance of the 16th ranked team in the country in UCM finished it out, winning the final 2 sets and won the match. After the tough loss at home, the Gorillas then traveled to Central Oklahoma, where the first set was close, 25-20, and then UCO ran it out after that, sweeping the Gorillas to win the match. Let's take a look at the volleyball standings in the MIAA as of October 17th. The first 2 teams, Nebraska Kearney and Washburn, have already clinched a spot in the MIAA tournament because of their dominant season so far. Only 6 spots remaining, with Central Oklahoma looking to be the next team to clinch. As of right now, Pittsburg State would make the tournament, but they would have a chance to move up a couple spots before the season ends. Now let's see what are some big games going around the MIAA this weekend. On Friday, Pitt State Volleyball really needs to get things going on the road against Missouri Southern. Northwest Missouri plays Lindenwood, where if the Bearcats win, it would help out the Gorillas. Emporia State plays Kearney, where they need to win to stay ahead of Pittsburg State in the standings. Finally, Missouri Western plays Central Missouri with seeding implications on the line. A lot of fun festivities around the city of Pittsburgh as it's homecoming week. While it's all fun and games for everyone, Coach Beck and the football team are straight business as they have a big matchup against Central Missouri. Here is Coach Beck about the upcoming matchup against the Mules.
Not at all. I mean, obviously we weren't very happy on Sunday, and we took Sunday to watch last week's game and you know, look at all of our mistakes that we made, and then, you know, Monday we're on to the next one. So that's the mindset you have to have. So you know, I do think probably the Northwest Missouri game carried over a little bit to the Hayes week, and that's something that we can't do. But again, we feel like we're in the right place right now. Yeah, it's a new week, new game. We need to come out with a fresh start. We need to get off to a lot better start. And you know, I think our energy's been good the last couple of days. I think you know, it's important for us to get going and be able to maintain that for a while. Well, they have pretty good balance. They do a good job, but their quarterback can really throw it around, and they've got a tremendous group of receivers. So that's what sticks out first, is the quarterback and group of receivers that they have. Left tackles, you know, is an NFL player, I'm sure, and so he protects the quarterback very well in their offensive line. So yeah, really good offensive unit, scoring a lot of points. It'd be a tremendous challenge for us.
On Saturday, we got some good matchups in football and volleyball, and also some cross-country action. Starting with football, Fort Hays travels to Kearney in a big road game to stay atop the standings. Washburn, who has figured out their offense, goes to UCO, where the Broncos have already upset one team this year, and they're looking to do it again. Finally, this game might not matter in the standings, but for these two teams, it means everything. Their first win of the season, Northeastern State goes to Missouri Southern in what should be an exciting matchup. Last year, it was the same scenario where the Riverhawks won in double overtime. In cross country, both the men's and the women's team for Pitt State traveled to Warrensburg for the Mule Run at Central Missouri. Finally, for volleyball, the Gorillas travel to Southwest Baptist, who have been struggling this season with a 4-21 record. An exciting matchup between the best two teams in the MIAA duke it out, where Nebraska plays Washburn at Kearney. Then, some good matchups with the teams that are in the race to get in the tournament at the end of the season. Northwest Missouri goes to Central Missouri, and Missouri Western plays Lindenwood. Guys, some pretty good matchups all weekend long. It's been an interesting weekend in the MIAA.
Thanks, Davey. Coming up on Capturing, a look at events coming next week.
We'll be right back.
I've got a lot of things on my mind. Some things might make you laugh, some things might make you cry, some things might even compromise national security. Why is the internet so obsessed with cats? Hashtag dogs are better. Sorry, but it's true. I can't wait for my trip to Vegas this week, and hashtag Friday can't get here fast enough. Have a nice trip. I hate my job. My boss is such a Oh, crap.
Caps 13 Sports works tirelessly to bring guerrilla athletics to your living room. But when the university heads heard about the lice epidemic spreading into the area, they elected to bring in an expert.
Good luck, man.
Oh, hey, what's up, Doc? Is everything okay?
Here are some events coming up next week in the Pittsburgh area. The Midwest Quarterly, PSU's only interdisciplinary journal, turned 60 this month. A coffee reception celebrating the milestone will be held on October 22nd from 2 to 3 p.m. at the PSU Graduate and Continuing Studies office located at room 112 inside Rose Hall. The event is open to the public.
The Women in Government series hosts guest speaker Soledad O'Brien at the Bicknell Center for the Arts. O'Brien is an award-winning journalist, documentarian, and entrepreneur. Her lecture called Diversity on TV, Behind the Scenes, and In Our Lives starts at 7 p.m. on October 23rd. The event is open to the public. A question and answer session will follow the presentation along with a brief meet and greet.
On Thursday, October 25th, students get a chance to network with area employers at the Fall Career Expo inside the Robert W. Plaster Center. It's open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to all majors. The event gives PSU students a chance to explore summer internships and employment opportunities.
That does it for this week's edition of Caps 13 News.
Also, visit us on Facebook at Caps 13 Pittsburg State University. Stay tuned to Caps 13 for more great programming.